Guys, welcome back to the channel and back with another live stream. Me and Sebastian gonna be watching some YouTube videos on here. Oh. Yeah, it's the first time you let me go live without the OBS. Probably will look better. Because I saw it didn't look that well in other streams. It was lagging a lot. I know Jordan usually always has to use OBS. It's the first time it's let me go live just clicking that.
Mm-hmm.
Get it going then. Just glitching right out. I want to react to this thing.
As a resident of Miami-Dade County, it is your right
Can't
to know
believe
the
they made
names
it
and
look
this one
likenesses of
because
sex
also-
offenders in your area. As a public service, we have created this videotape so that you and your friends and family can stay aware, stay safe, and maybe even have a little fun.
He gives a wink there.
Yeah.
This was made in 2009. I can't believe it. They actually made it look like it was filmed in 1988.
I've seen it before. It's
State
pretty
of
funny.
Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're
This
good.
that YouTuber there who made it in 2009.
I'm Larry Arthauer, and I'll refrain from touching my neighbor's kids again. What I did was not too kind, but I'm a nice guy, you'll come to find. I've got a backyard. Y'all for a barbecue. We can make some cold drinks in my blender, but do keep it no sex effect.
Vernon Douglas is my name. My battery arrest is what brought me fame. But there's much more to know about me. I love to dance and I love to ski. As if been someone through the snow. Just strap on my boots and watch me go. But I can't ski until December. Till then I'm just a sex offender.
I'm Charles Dolan, dropping rhymes. I've been arrested 7 times. I know that sounds like a lot.
Like a
3 of those times offenders. Feel real bad. I got caught. Might do it again. Probably not. I'm not here to make pretenses. I'm here because of my sex offenses.
Sam Pound, I'm number 1. Apologizing for what I've done. In case you were wondering what that was, I snuck into a bathroom and I was
Oh my god.
eat no troubles. I'm just here to do the sex offender shuffle.
He's like trying to fit the words in like last minute, like it's fucking hilarious.
Hey everybody, I'm Laura Hughes. Proven girls can do it too. And by it, I mean Ted sure doesn't. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. You won't find me in your child's play set because I gotta wear this ankle bracelet. I'm not here to go on a bender. I'm here because I'm a sex offender.
Last name Burma, first name Mark. Living somewhere on your block. Not in a house, but in a van. If you need me
Oh my
to
God.
it, I sure can. The last thing I want is any trouble. Learn my lesson from the sex offender shuffle.
I'm the one they call Arthur Chase. They said I didn't have to show my face. My first trial ended in a hung jury. If I'm found guilty, they'll unblur me. I'm not the necrophiliac Arthur Chase. That's a different Arthur Chase. I'm not here to be my own defender. I'm here because I'm possibly a sex offender.
Okay, real quick, I'm not like these people. It's an extortion plot by my ex-wife, who's the only witness, and she's trying to take away my kids. And I'm not here to take my up. I'm just here to do the sex offender.
The soldier guy there with the shotgun. It was so many years people thought this was actually real.
Yeah. I was get a few good laughs watching it anyway.
I forgot they go on TikTok and put an announcement. Okay. Okay. Really fucking right. Yeah, what the hell's going on? What the hell is happening? Glitching right the frig out. Hey guys, just announcing. What the hell just happened? Hey guys, just announcing I'm live on YouTube right now. Go check it out. The YouTube button for my channel's right on my TikTok page. Peace out. I'm not doing any of that. Get some more friggin' Yeah, this is a recent video. I never even knew who this guy was till he brought.
I should have made 2 years ago, but the person it's about is a
Apparently he's
parasite
been
who
around for
thrives off of
years.
attention and controversy. He himself comes forward and says he only does these things so people will make videos about him. His name is Maximilian Muss. He's the oh yeah guy. It's the only thing he's ever done. It's the 15 minutes of fame that he continues to milk the very dry titties of to this day, to command a troop of 13-year-olds to harass, dox, threaten, and do all kinds of deplorable shit to other people online. From all sizes, people that have 2 viewers on Twitch to big streamers to big content creators.
Yeah.
He does some absolutely degenerate shit, and I truly think he is one of the most vile, foulest people to ever use the platform and abuse the power that he found online. I was never a fan of his content, but I never really had a problem with him as a person. It wasn't my cup of cum, but I didn't care. I don't watch it, it didn't matter to me. He even used to stop into my streams when I streamed on YouTube and just be super nice. So I had a positive impression of the guy until he decided to open Pandora's box and create a Discord channel for his YouTube community with the sole purpose of harassing and bullying as many people as he could find online. And he tried to weaponize them by having them go to streamers' streams and spam racist and homophobic shit by his orders and spam Max Gang with it, hoping to get the streamers banned for it. And from what I remember, some of them did get banned, but the ones that didn't just had a really bad time because he had the whole Discord go bully them. He did this to my channel back in the day. He did it recently, which is why I'm talking about it now.
Put up Discord, which is the oh yeah guy. Now this is what he does. So if you read the post, it says, everyone, go to this live stream, type Weast Raid, Weast Gang, and say homophobic stuff and spam and be racist and sexist and mean and also Max Gang. And then
The reason why he had them saying Weast Gang is because that's a YouTuber that he didn't like, so he wanted to make it sound like all the homophobic and racist shit was coming from that guy's community, hoping he'd get banned for it. He did this for other streamers as well. And he'd target small streamers and hopefully get that streamer plus the guy that he was impersonating banned as well. It was really just deplorable shit. And yeah, it is some horrible shit, but it gets worse. He also would have his followers go to other people's channels and force them to do things. Like there was a man that had a mental illness that he went to the channel and forced them to eat his own shit on stream. He was threatening and having his community threaten to find and kill him if he didn't do everything Max said.
So, hold, listen with your phone close to your mouth.
Got bitch tits, man.
It's time to eat them. Don't eat them. Just push through. You don't give a fuck. Eat them.
For obvious reasons, I had to crop the video so you can't see him eating his own shit, but he also had him right on his stomach in his own feces. It's just extremely fucked up. And Max is laughing about it the whole time and threatening him through it. It is really hard to sit there and watch. It's like watching a fucking ISIS video. Like, it looks like this guy's being held captive by Max. There was also this content creator that Max targeted, a very small creator who was just making some things because he was having fun. He took his whole community to bully the shit out of him relentlessly. He ended up crying and profusely apologizing, begging for the bullying to stop, which, of course, Max didn't.
please stop. Harassing me, please. I beg for forgiveness. Please have mercy. Please.
The guy was going through a really hard time. He started apologizing profusely, begging for the bullying to stop, which Max didn't let it. I'm not going to show you any of that because it's beyond disturbing. Maximilian Muss would also have his community reach out to YouTubers and have a guy put things up his asshole, take it out and eat it for them to try and disturb them and shock them. He would have live streams where he'd have his fans get naked and they'd make fun of the naked fans and have to do other gross shit, usually to their butthole. It's really fucking weird shit. Over the course of a couple months, Max then had his community dox Weast and then threatened to go to his house and kill him and his family. He then had his community target Weast's girlfriend, whose father had recently passed away, to insult her father and bully the shit out of her about her dad's passing. And he had this to say about it: there's no remorse because this guy is truly trash.
The situation was bully Weast's girlfriend about her father, who had recently passed away.
And then I saw this opportunity where she was like, oh, my dad died, and I sent some people, and, you know, that was because I wanted him to make a video. I still think maybe I probably shouldn't have done it. It was not my best moment, but I would do it again.
There were a number of articles written about Max at the time by sites like Inserto, talking about the drama and how Max was accused of harassing Weast. least.
How's
Instead of
this guy
trying it,
still got a
he just did
million
interviews
some
where he
subscribers?
shamelessly
Yes.
admitted he had done it and that he didn't care.
If I got
That's
a
the main
bed,
question right
honestly,
there.
I think that would have been
He's
funny.
been
I
around
don't
for
really care
years.
that
I
much
haven't
about
even
Max
heard about him
desperately
until
craves
this guy
attention.
talked
As
about
he
him.
self-admits, the only thing he cares about is people talking about him and making videos and sucking his dick and him sucking his asshole. That's all he cares about. So making a video is exactly what he wanted me to do. But the reason I'm doing it is because I feel like his audience that he has in his Discord right now, the one that's attacking my Discord because he told them to, probably doesn't know what kind of person Max actually is. I feel like the majority of people would be shocked to learn these things about Max, especially his stance on child pornography being shared in his community. Now, everything I've talked about up to this point isn't even the whole story behind this hemorrhoid. This is simply just the cherry on top of the massive queef cake that is Max. And that brings us to the reason and the biggest problem I have with Max and why I'm making this video today. He's recently popped his head out after hibernating for over a year, stewing in his own bodily fluids and filth, and he wanted to feel powerful again. So he set up another Discord to have people go in and harass streamers, and I was one of the targets. And when they targeted me, I mentioned saying Max Gang is like saying you're proud to be a pedophile. And the reason why I said this is because Maximilian himself will tell you the reason he remakes the Discord so many times is because his community shares so much child porn that he has to take it down because he worries that he himself will get arrested for it. Unfortunately, Max has scrubbed his entire Reddit and made it private, so all of the posts that were talking about the child porn plague that was sweeping through Maximilian's community, they're no longer there. His own posts about his stance on it are no longer there. However, I did find one thread that he overlooked where it does talk about it. It's this right here where they're talking about someone that was sharing child porn, and that was the reason it was taken down. This is the only one that survived the purge of Maximilian subreddit, and I don't know how Max handles these things these days, but back then, he used to defend it, saying that the sharing of child porn was just an inside joke of his community. And he also took down people's videos that were talking about this. Like, here's a link to one, which is no longer available because Max struck it down. People were calling this out. People were talking about how Max is cultivating a community of people that are sharing child porn. Now, while you can't control every lunatic that's going to watch your dog shit Fortnite trolling videos, you can control your response to it by banning them and making a statement saying that this shit is not okay. I've never seen Max say that. The only statements I saw him make in the past were that it's just jokes, and that's why he's remaking the servers. That's beyond fucked up, Max. It's an actual fucking felony. You can't just say, oh, no. You see, the child porn, it was just a goof. It was just for laughs, you know? Just, why aren't you laughing? Now, maybe Max handles these things totally different these days. Maybe he's went on a full soul-searching journey, locked himself in a sensory deprivation tank for a full year to find himself, and he realizes that the sharing of child porn isn't just hearty giggles and that it's wrong. Perhaps, though it doesn't seem like he's any different than he used to be 2 years ago, considering he is still making these Discords and having his community harass people and do deplorable things on his behalf. And he still makes weird jokes about himself being a pedophile. Like, here's what he said in his Discord after I said what I said on stream. Like, what the fuck is this, Max? Classic side-splitting comedy from Max. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you're a pedophile. Ha 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 ha. Good one, Max. So yeah, this is the Max that I knew, which is why I said those things about his community. Now, I do want to apologize because I shouldn't have made it a full blanket, because I know for 100% fact there's a lot of people in his Discord and in his community that don't know these things about Max, and I don't think they would feel comfortable supporting someone that thinks child pornography is just a joke in his following. That doesn't strike me as something many people agree with. So I do want to apologize to people that I hurt by saying those things when you probably just didn't know these things about Max to begin with. If you only watch his shitty content, you don't know what he's doing on Discord. And I realize that now, so I do want to apologize for that. However, if the community has to be remade over 50 times on Discord because child porn keeps getting shared, wouldn't you say there's a problem with that? I mean, you probably wouldn't, Max, because you used to defend it saying that it's just jokes, but most sane people would probably say that there's a big issue. But anyway, I just wanted to share some of these. This isn't everything. He's been doing this for years on a private Discord that he only allows X amount of people in for like an hour, and then he shuts it all off. He doesn't do any of this on YouTube. He doesn't do any of this publicly because he knows how to catch a predator. Stanley Kindle. We saw that one. Have we seen Man Bun Predator?
You guys getting out of his car?
Hey, how are you?
Back at the house,
Please research
22-year-old
Skylab.
Tinder Thin is pulling up in a
American
fancy
Hedgehog
infinity
Warrior?
coupe.
Haven't seen it.
He's a loan consultant and lives in Long Beach, just about a mile from our undercover house. In his online chat with a decoy who says she's 13, Thin asks what sex
Yeah, I like
acts
that.
she's
I like that
performed.
channel, Adam.
He also says he's concerned about her.
You know, girls can't really process the emotion of sex till after 16 at the earliest.
Oh, he's a
He
psychologist.
asks the girl if she wants to have sex, and he seems to be well aware that sex with a 13-year-old is against the law.
A lot of
Yeah.
things are illegal. Just gotta keep myself out of jail, you know.
But in the end, Finn says he
Like,
wants
it's totally
the girl to
okay with
perform
doing that
oral
shit.
sex on him, and that he'll perform other sexual acts on her.
So what do you gotta do?
That's a very good question. What's in your drinks?
Now he's inside the house.
This is your hot tub.
Yeah.
This is the hot tub, and I'd like you to sit right over there. That's
Oh,
Why did you come here tonight?
Just to see her?
Just to see her.
Yeah.
congratulations, Anna. That's great.
And how old is
I
Carla?
guess so.
13,
13. And how old are you?
23.
You don't see a problem with that?
I do see a problem.
Then what's the problem you see?
I just came to say hi to her.
You just can't say how.
Yeah, you got the
But in
top.
your conversation on the internet, you talk about more than just coming over to say hi.
Uh-oh.
That's my intention. If you see in a conversation,
Oh, I have the conversation.
I have the
Perhaps she's
conversation.
too young to have sex.
mhm.
But then the conversation sort of switches back around, doesn't it? Sort of like you're the concerned older guy for a minute, trying to say
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't have sex.
He's actually a hero,
He
Chris.
says, into, well, if you're going to have sex, it might as well be with me. That's kind of what you know.
Thanks to Brian Dubu.
Not at all.
Oh, Dubu.
You say, yeah, but
Thank you for the bits,
you're a
Josh.
horny little 13-year-old girl. You say, I'm gonna lick you.
Oh, I say that a lot.
You say that a lot.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna lick you. You
I'll say it to you right now, Chris.
No. She kept insisting that I come over.
So a 13-year-old girl controls your life.
No.
So you see, what you're saying then doesn't make any sense.
Well, she kept saying she's sad that I'm not coming, so I just thought I'd come by, stop, say hi, and then leave.
And maybe, I'm dropping, I'm gonna lick you.
Do you think that's okay then? Stop by and pick up a 13-year-old girl who's home alone and take her for a ride in your car.
I see where that has a little bit of problems, yeah.
A little bit of a problem there. And like some of the others, he also says he's
I haven't in a while, actually, Josh.
Without
Jesus, thank you.
concern for the girl's welfare.
Another reason I wanted to come by, stop by. is
Thank you,
because
Sifter.
Her mother's out of town and make sure everything's okay. And
Dude, 5 to 10 minutes.
Just check the locks on the doors. You've never met this girl before.
Mhm.
And here you are in this house and you expect me to believe that you came over here just to check on the locks on the doors.
No, I came to check to make sure she's okay and say hi. I still have someplace to go right now, so I just came to stop by for a minute.
Where are you going on?
Go to my parents' house.
Your parents' house.
Yep.
All right, well, before you head off to your parents' house, there's something you need to know.
Thanks for some hesitation and
That was on
frenzy.
Chris Hansen with Daylight NBC.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a story on adults who try to meet kids online for sex. And if there's anything else you want to say to me, we'd like to hear it.
That's it.
His reaction?
That was a good defense.
Unexpected surprise. Instead, we get curiosity.
Can you notify, let me know if it'll be on or not?
If you give me a call.
Okay.
All right.
Let me get your card.
Your card. I'll write down the number.
Chris is giving his number to a pedophile.
A case number. Finn is charged with one count of an attempted lewd act on a child. But what has the police more concerned is the fact that he has a legally registered gun in the trunk of his car, along with a clip loaded with bullets.
That's not true. You guys are living in a fantasy world. They have this fantasy of having sex with a child.
Thanks to
They don't
Vincent.
know how far they're going to take that fantasy. They may have a fantasy of going out in a blaze of glory. They may have a fantasy of harming somebody when they go out. You just don't know.
Later, Finn pleaded not guilty.
Hey, this is Carly. Are you still coming?
Yeah, perhaps. We'll see. Not just kidding, yeah, I know.
Oh, this is the phone call with the decoy.
I'm kidding, I'll take it up for shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
How much longer?
We're test driving this car, so
Ah,
let's
nice.
say, like 15 minutes?
Okay.
Thanks to Vince
Don't
Dirty.
wait this time?
Sure.
Thanks to Tier
Okay,
1
I'll
Crust.
call you in a little bit.
I don't know about that, Chef.
Wait. Let's tell you. Let's tell you, okay? Alright.
Bye.
Nice. Alright. So that was the only new one, right? No, we haven't seen True Sweet Predator 69, have we?
I know, it's Jill. Jill.
That's extremely expensive though, DB.
With a 15-year-old plus Jill. And Jill is exactly where he's
I'll check it out, Jess.
Coast to coast. Dateline launches 4 undercover stings.
Let all the girls out. And behind the back.
More than 80 suspected predators caught by our cameras and by police.
You know who I am. You're on the Dateline.
Nice!
What's shocking is they still come
If you get it right, when Chris asks you if they know who he is, you get 5 years off your sentence.
I can't control my morning phone. You're talking about taking a retreat.
Tonight, 3 military men at the door.
It's really sad. This could cost you.
Thanks to the bits have accounted.
Beware our men behind that
Oh, I
curtain.
don't know.
So, with a hidden camera investigation.
I believe that we could have had some young child sexually abused. Let that one.
A Dateline net crime. To catch a predator.
This has the full build-up and everything.
Timestone Phillips.
The 9-man Curry, in community after community, vulnerable young teenagers are still at risk from grown men online. Now our hidden cameras are in Georgia.
And among the suspected predators caught on tape, 3 military men.
He's on camera.
Under rock. But could they now be
They
serving
catch
time
the
in
news
prison?
anchor.
Chris Hansen has our latest investigation, and again, we want to warn you that some of it is explicit.
She said she was 13.
She did. I'm sorry, sir. I have interest in younger girls. That is just been a fantasy of mine.
A fantasy.
Yes, sir.
Things have been
You
street.
know it violates Georgia law.
Sleep well, Harry.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Space.
So even when men know it's against the law,
Hurry, you got arrested.
get on the ground, on the ground.
There's a video of him getting busted.
On the ground.
And know all about Dateline's previous reports on internet sex predators.
I know what this is.
Don't please any
Yeah, I know what this was. I just went to test it, that's all.
He tried to show up at a house where they were told a child.
Wait, play that one.
And
He used the strand.
And
I actually only did this to meet you, Chris. I knew this was you.
Each undercover operation is alarming.
Alright, this is True Sweet Guy. True Sweet Guy.
Like our 6th investigation, this time in Harris County,
They all
Georgia.
end up at the same house. They don't somehow see that they're using the same house.
5 inside and 7 outside.
Which guy we want to lose?
From a control room inside the house, a crew operates the cameras and records a man's every move from the moment he drives up to the house. We've hired a young-looking 19-year-old to play the part of a young girl. A decoy will invite the men in.
Hey, superstar.
24-year-old Raimundo Anguiano thinks he's here to see a 14-year-old girl named Diane.
Rocket power shit
Online
right
just
there.
hours ago in an AOL chat room.
Yeah, I made some sweet tea for you if you want a glass. It's super good. It's going to be downstairs. I'll be right
He
back.
hasn't said
To
a
give you
word.
an idea of why
The
he
worst
might be
one
here,
was the guy
take a look
just
at what he
showed up
said
and they're
online.
naked.
Join him at True Sweet Guy 69. If she's good at giving oral sex, the decoy says, nobody ever complained. Didn't do it lots, but I know how to do it. Then True Sweet Guy 69 asks if he shows the girl a picture of his penis, would she give him oral sex?
Very sweet. What a sweet guy.
14 says, oh yeah. And sure enough,
Oh my
True Sweet Guy
god.
69 sends her
Need
a
help,
picture
man.
of his genitals.
Anybody?
Nice.
Hey, you should have a seat right over there.
That guy needs help.
What are you doing here?
Serious help. He's fucking
So we're talking online on this.
losing his mind, man.
Yeah.
Who are you talking online with?
With that young lady there, sir.
The young lady.
Yes, sir.
Okay, he wants the decoy to meet her at the car.
Basically,
He was really talking online with a different decoy, a member of the online watchdog group Perverted Justice, which Dateline hired to do what they normally do. Go into chat rooms and set up computer profiles pretending to be young teens who are interested in sex. And sometimes, as in the case of True Sweet Guy 69, the decoy says she is sexually experienced. And how old is that young lady?
She said she was 14, sir.
14. And how old are you?
24, sir.
24.
Raimundo.
I thought that was appropriate. Why?
Well, I don't know, sir. I mean, I just thought it was alright.
about the picture of his genitals he sent to the girl posing as a young teen. Now, when you're online, you sent this.
I'll just smoke it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Are you proud of your penis? Right. Now, you know that's against the law, right? Yes, sir, it is. You just get into these chat rooms and stuff, and you just chat away. Do you send pictures like that very often? Yeah. Just only if I'm really serious about talking to somebody or something. But other than that, Well, Ray, what do you think would have happened if I wasn't here and a 14-year-old girl was here?
I would have just said hi.
Well,
Yeah.
what was going to happen was going to happen. If nothing was going to happen.
Yeah, reeling the catch there. Like, we got the guy, you know, let's fucking ask him more questions. Like.
Yes, sir.
Well, then he's gonna say I still would have sex with her.
Yeah, I've seen the show about 3 times on TV. You've seen the show? Yes, sir. So you know exactly what's going on here? Yeah. You know who I am? Mm-hmm. You heard right. This man's aware of our previous investigation. You're on the D-line show. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Is it tier 1 probably? There is some fuck suck.
Now, did you think at all that maybe you were walking in to catch a predator? It was, that kind of crossed my mind for a minute, yeah. And then I just wiped it away,
Yeah, man was coming over here to get his dick sucked.
Yeah,
Everything else was right out the window.
People and things like that, The part where you guys say, I'm Chris Hansen with Dave. Right. You remember that part? Yes, sir. You remember when these guys come out, the cameras come out? Say, if there's anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it. Otherwise,
No, come on.
free to walk out the door. And like the other men he's seen in our reports, probably
It's
knows
so cool. First time streaming off OBS.
Yeah.
It's probably
Make a run for it, sweet guy.
not
Can't
leg
catch
as
you,
much and
engaged
all
turbo
that.
mode.
Perverted Justice has been sending all the sexually explicit online chat logs because it's the boys of potential predators to the Harris County Sheriff's Department.
Alright, so here's the updated logs.
It's a crime to attempt to solicit sex online with a minor, and law enforcement says showing up at this house makes the case even stronger. Sweet guy 69 is put in an unmarked car and taken in for questioning. I'm just choosing my right to.
What does this shirt say? You are under.
Is transported to the county jail. He's fingerprinted.
Does it give some photograph? Can't click which button left.
And locked up. The next day, he goes before a judge. His bail is set.
The criminal attempt child molestation is...
You are underage.
And as you'll see, there are many more men about to go down the same
That's pretty
road.
good.
From our undercover house to the courthouse.
How do they always show up at the same house? How stupid are these people?
Yeah.
Raymundo.
They all show up to the same freaking house.
Am I some weirdo now? You're pretty nice.
Oh.
I love your name. It's real cute. You there, baby? Okay, cool. Daisy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Settle down on those baby things.
I love your voice. It's real sweet. Baby. Mwah. Well, I love girls. Especially young chicks.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mwah. You wanna be my #1 princess?
Man,
You're really hot. My kind of girl.
sounds like a Twitter thread.
Oh my god, guy needs help, man. Not help, but he's like, they're doing there, locking him up and shit.
They need to put him in Arkham
Put him
Asylum.
back in. Put him back in there, man.
Put him in Arkham Asylum.
Lock that guy up.
So we've seen all the other ones, I believe. Yes, so now we go back down and catch up down here.
Oh shit.
No! Oh fuck, we're almost done. Son of a bitch. We saw this one, I believe, right? Exit tier 1 breeding, and the resub Neha from the Prime Kitty.
Hold on, stay still. He's calling right now.
Hello?
We're on the phone with him.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a green thing over the back door.
He's coming around.
Okay, yeah, just come inside. Right inside the door is the laundry room. I'm gonna find
the phone with him. You don't need to talk, just back up.
Hey, Marvin.
Like, whatever you want, I guess.
Oh, he's going in hot.
You know, right?
He's coming in hot.
This guy's Chad.
Reese.
Really, really aggressive. And the decoy was a little bit playful.
Thanks to Tier 1 Bean Boy and
His request
Pride
involving
Lewis
the
and
cat,
Q-Cat.
the sex act, the girl.
A cat?
She sort of said,
Oh,
well, I'll
shit.
consider that.
Thanks to Tier 1
What the hell's wrong with this one?
Oh, God.
I thought it was a black guy, man.
Completely
Right
naked.
there. I'm getting ready.
Now they're all laughing at him.
Why did you take his knee? Have a
You've been playing.
There's
There's no cool. Just letting him walk in.
Come on in, I'm just going to do something real quick. I'll come out. She comes into the room where I'm at. Well, before I can get past her and open the door, he has hot-footed it across the living room and has his hand on the door. So I open the door, he's there, he's stunned, I'm stunned. You want to...
And then I just ended up sucking his dick.
Grab that
I
towel.
hit that to another. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
On yourself.
And I'm Chris Hansen.
In that stool.
Show me the meat.
What are you doing?
What in tarnation is going on here?
You drive into somebody's driveway, walk into their house, strip naked, and walk in.
Yeah.
Where you think there's a 14-year-old girl home alone.
Yeah, it's the defense
What's going
for
on
that.
in your mind?
The code was defense. And thanks, Kabuki.
What is wrong with this
What's wrong
guy?
with that guy?
He's talking about doing things with the cat and stuff.
Holy shit.
Had I not been here and had there
He was just coming to make sure everything was safe.
Yeah.
what would have happened after you walked in there naked?
Yeah, that story's definitely believable.
Something along sexual lines.
Like you would have had sex with a 14-year-old girl.
I'm not sure if I would have done that, but
Marvin, you're naked.
I wouldn't have gone all the way. I wasn't.
You went all the way when you took your clothes off.
No, Chris, this is how he enters houses.
It's very,
He's gonna lick you. It's his catchphrase.
This is all going. And finally, I said, to him, what was your plan with the cat?
I don't know. I was just being stupid with that.
The cat? The whipped cream? You want the girl to have sex with a cat and you whipped cream? What?
I was being stupid with that. I wasn't confused about that.
I can only imagine what would have been going on in this house.
Yeah.
This man's watching way too much hentai.
So what's going to be happening if I'm not here? You're naked, there's a 14-year-old girl, you're chasing a cat around, you've got Cool Whip, and you want this girl to do some sex act with the cat and then you'll have sex with her. Is that accurate?
What a sickle.
Maybe you get asked for some more.
Like, sick
Yeah,
mind.
water
Like,
course. These are serious investigations, but
Thanks to Prime
undeniable.
Quiet. Threesome Joey.
There are moments that
Prime Furry.
the guy asked for water, and, you know, I thought at that point the situation was under control, so I got him some water. Saw that running around naked, got you pretty dried out then, huh?
Thanks to Threesome
Have
Canvas.
you ever met
What
any
cheater
young
show?
girls online? First time.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, it's pretty wild
first
because
time, which will never happen again. I can tell you that for now.
He started to giggle, partly because he thought it was funny, and partly because he was just really, really nervous.
thanks to Threesome
And
Snarky.
had just been caught, now being confronted. So it's funny.
No, I'm just thinking to myself that this will never happen again.
Yeah. Because you're going to jail.
No, this is not right.
No kids in there.
Right now,
Unless they accidentally send you to juvenile detention.
Then I'm
Hook up with a
That'd be a big
14-year-old
mistake.
girl online, tell her to have sex with the cat, and walk into her house naked.
not even under 19. I'm just, no. I'm promising that to myself, not even to you.
whatever,
Just-
buddy.
It's
Just
not.
face it, you're a pervert. You know, like,
Yeah.
little big
I'm Chris
fucking,
Hansen.
you're
We've
not
all
hiding too
seen
much.
your
So-
wiener.
We're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens online. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say about this predicament you're now in, we'd love to hear it.
Just trust me, it'll never happen again.
And if there's nothing else you had to say, then you're free to walk out that door where you stripped naked and walked in. You can keep the towel. He gets up and he sort of tries to hold it around him. I mean, that's a bad situation.
job holding that towel up.
And now,
Absolutely horrible.
back on when you get out there and you're not sure what you're going to face, and you get arrested. That's bad.
Please take it now! Oh, it's a ghillie suit! It's a ghillie suit!
Going out of business or what?
Fuck yeah. Still a classic. Still a classic. I love that shit. One of the officers just laying down there in a ghillie suit outside for some fucking reason. Alright. Meat Rocket.
Look at me. Oh yeah.
Wait, isn't that the name of an actual porn company?
You've seen us catch online predators.
Anything you say here will be used against you in court of law.
Men who use the internet to target children for sex.
Brian, just
In case
Maximus.
something happened, you rock on. This time,
I'll check it out,
in
Georgia.
small-town America, the unexpected happens.
Keep getting guys on the schedule a couple hours out. As it gets closer, something changes their mind.
Could this predator bust turn into a bust?
Oh god, check the best surveillance.
Sit and wait.
But then they come, often traveling long distances. What makes a man drive
Wood Rocket, that's what it is.
with outrageous alibis?
My intention is to befriend her and try to mentor her.
It's a new location, and the same shocking behavior. I'm honored to be considered the candidate for your firm.
Again, playful chat.
With the same result.
Get an unlawful sexual act. Take my turn.
This is Predator Raw.
What do we got?
We're in Greenville, Ohio, which is in Dark County. Local
Greenville, Ohio, huh? The home of pedophiles. Right to the heart of it.
We do have a rather high profile when we come into a small town.
Alright, let me get this camera. I'll put a map on the bottom of you.
We move into this house to do our investigation. And there's guys with cables and climbing up poles and setting up ladders and doing things. It, I think, did raise a little suspicion in this quiet neighborhood.
I played a football game there. Well, most likely you played with a pedophile. And against a pedophile. How does that make you feel, huh?
When a date is made for one of these
Maybe you were the pedophile.
get a copy of the chat log from Perverted Justice. We can go through it. Separately, at some point, Perverted Justice provides a copy to law enforcement. In this particular case,
Thanks for the bits.
it didn't have a copy yet.
Alright, do we have a transcript?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Dale's running it over.
And yes, Snarky.
So Dell had to sprint across the street and get this chat log to the police and to the prosecutors because they need to review
Hey,
it
Zicky.
and make sure that
Hope you're doing
this
well.
fits into the definition that they need for probable cause for solicitation or any other felony that this guy might be facing.
I really thought Meat Rocket was a porn company. I still think it is.
Connected here. Frank, can you hear me?
I know there's Wood Rocket, but I'm pretty sure Meat Rocket was one
Yes.
too. This guy was caught as a pedophile and then opened a porn company. Actually, tier 1 critical methods. I did not expect Meat Rocket to look like this. I was expecting like a kingpin. Like an imposing man. What's up, Jay?
True.
Did you have a hard time finding the place?
Not at all. How are you today?
How are you?
I'm doing good. What can I do for you?
Well, what are you, like the court jester for Meat Rocket? Where's Meat Rocket?
Who are you gonna meet here tonight? Sarah. Sarah is how old?
She's 15.
15. Oh, she's just like, well, yeah. And how old are you?
I'm very
My name is Jay. Jay Chris.
Hey, Jay, it's nice to meet you.
Quite honest with you.
Hello.
not at all. Any way, shape, or form.
Some sort of pedophile or anything like that.
We didn't say that. We called you a predator. But you are a pedophile, too.
Ever cats on the internet?
Never.
Thanks to Reset Gandalf.
Did you bring anything with you tonight?
And good night, D'Amato.
Such as condoms?
Yes, I did.
Thought so, Jay.
Okay, you brought condoms. So you're just gonna kick back and chat, and just in case something happened, you brought condoms.
Well, here's the deal.
Will you put them on the table, please?
I'm sorry?
Can you wear the condom, please, for me? I want to make sure it fits.
So you have a big night planned, huh?
No. Please listen to me.
Oh, got nothing but time.
There's nothing. I swear. I don't want to do anything, you know? I don't want to hurt anyone. I just wanted to talk. I swear to you. You know,
How are you going to use condoms in the
I wasn't going to use it at all.
I was going to put it on a banana to teach you the right way of applying a condom, Chris. They do it in school all the time.
There's only one reason, typically, that people bring condoms to a home. And that's for protection during sex.
Yeah.
You know,
Or teaching, of course.
As far as you know, you and the 15-year-old girl. So, what am I to think about?
Are we sure he's 30, Chris? It sounds like he's still in puberty as well, though. What if he's also 14?
How old are your kids?
I have one daughter and two stepsons from my wife's previous marriage.
So if your daughter was home alone and some guy who was 30 came to visit, you would feel how?
I understand symptoms. Very upset.
Here's a guy who's got a wife and child at home, and he's out on a weekend night, you know, several miles away, at a stranger's home to meet a young
Not a stranger, Chris. He knows her.
I mean, what excuse did he give to go there? The realization of what he's really doing hits home with him, and you can see this in his face.
You're a virgin, eh? If you're scared of that, she says. Why would that scare you? Guys are always scared of that. Actually, I find it quite attractive.
Oh, Jay.
God, would you mind if I pick up my
That's
gun?
so sweet. He doesn't care.
I mean, these are your words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a regular old
I'm
Casanova.
not going to lie to you, sir.
You should probably start lying,
to
Jay.
be considered the candidate for your first.
Again, playful chat.
Playful chat.
Thanks,
It sounds
so
like you're
JJ,
excited about the fact
perhaps
that she's a virgin and you
reciprocity.
want to be the first man to have sex with her. Right?
Sir, I really wasn't going to do that.
Condoms can also be used for balloon animals. That's what he's probably going to do.
He's starting to admit what he was up to. He's anxious, he's perspiring, you can see it, and he just really wants this to be over.
There's a couple things you need to know. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. We're doing a story on adults, preteens.
Jay, don't run. You're not fast enough. You'll never get away.
Running on this, then
Jay.
OBS.
Yeah.
Try using other tactics. Speed isn't going to get it done.
Two left. Yeah, that's it.
Do you normally wear condoms when you're having sexual intercourse with your wife?
No.
Okay, why did you buy the condoms today? Because you intended to come here to my county and have sex with a 50-year-old female.
She told you that she didn't want to go.
Not wrong, yeah.
You said that you didn't want that either.
Does your wife know where you're at right now? Yes.
No.
She drove me back in right now.
My daughter can't
Yeah.
be trapped.
Close enough, the right to make sound. You understand that? Anything you say, you can't want to be used against you in court of law. Do you understand that?
Your mom's a city prosecutor, your dad's a cop. You should probably have a little bit more common sense about things that we're doing out here tonight, okay? His dad is a cop too?
Once he's arrested and processed and taken in for questioning, it turns out that his mother is a prosecutor in a nearby county.
Wow.
And his father was a police officer.
What if his dad arrested him?
Okay.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I got that. Couldn't die at home.
Now, how do you pick up the phone and tell your mother, the prosecutor, that you just got arrested in a sting operation for trying to
He
get
just
young
hit her with it like a band-aid.
How do you put that into words?
Hey, this is Jay. This is no joke. I'm at the Dark County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
I don't know what's the charge again. Hold on, sorry. Attempted unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. If she comes down here, can she see me? The attorney?
Yes.
She's my attorney.
The attorney, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
His
no.
mother, the prosecutor,
What the
even
fuck?
represents him in his court appearance.
Yes, he's a court. My name is Carol
Wait,
Weber.
what the fuck? She looks like
Doing the
him.
whole court.
Wait, how do we know that it wasn't her setting
On
her son
YouTube,
up?
they don't show video on
Because
court.
requesting that the court
This is
consider
actually
zone
her
Like
cognizance.
that.
He is not a flight risk.
Well, imagine what Mrs. Ruffner is going through. I'm sure she could have easily have said, look, I don't want anything to do with this, but she stood by her son and helped him get through the first phase of the judicial process.
So, bail of 2,500 cash for your property, taking this reference to your character. So how the fuck can his mom represent him? That feels like it should be some kind of violation.
Yeah, that's weird.
The most powerful slapping ever.
For a while, I believe the Russian slapping tournaments were far more powerful than the American slapping series. They had some fucking testosterone titans like Vasily Kamatsky, the God Hand, Papa, Misha, and Agent 47, if he was set to Wumbo. Just some absolute monsters. In a single slap, they're packing more power than a space shuttle taking off. And just like something out of Avatar The Last Airbender, these four slapping nations, these slapbenders, I thought were the strongest in the universe. But over time, I think I've started to change my mind. The American slapping side of things, the Slap Fight Championship Series, has been cooking up some absolute fucking fierce deities of open palm slapping. Like Crazy Hawaiian, for example. I've shown you quite a few of his matches. This man is an absolute machine. A well-oiled slapping athlete, one of the best there is. And the one we're going to watch today, Wolverine. I would love to see the crossover here with the American slappers versus the Russian side of things. I think it would be an incredible match, but it hasn't happened yet. So today, I'll just show you the light heavyweight championship.
Tonight, during Slap Fight Vendetta.
Oh! Knockout. Oh, slap.
Archaic Death, with one of the most brutal knockouts in the history of the sport. To see the full fight video along with the aftermath. You don't want to miss it.
It's coming in fucking full throttle right now with this Dragon Ball Z recap here. This full video isn't out yet, but I can't wait to see it. It's got me on the edge of my seat like I'm waiting for fucking Santa Claus to come down the chimney and deliver me a Christmas present. I want to see that full match. That is probably one of the best knockouts I've seen in all of professional slapping. That is absolutely fucking brutal. The guy's name was Archaic Death, and there was no more fitting of a title. Wolverine slapped him so fucking hard it probably sent his consciousness back through time, back to the fucking Mesozoic era. It absolutely rocked his entire world, and that was not the championship match. That was just like one of the, I think it was like the semifinals or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, this is just a little recap to show you Wolverine's triumphant journey to the top.
Weighing in at 210 pounds from Martree, Arkansas, Coach Killer! Weighing in at 225 pounds from Mountain Home, Arkansas, the Wolverine!
Admittedly, Coach Killa is a bit of a goofy name. It sounds like an Xbox Live gamer tag I would have made for myself when I was 11, back when I thought my gamer tags were the coolest shit in the world, such as Ninja Maniac and Fast Fighter. So the name isn't super intimidating, but Coach Killa, he's got heart. This guy stepped in here with Wolverine ready to go to the distance. Even just agreeing to a fight with Wolverine is like locking yourself in a cage with a starving lion with medium rare steak stapled to your body while being drizzled in A1 steak sauce. This is a man. This is a fucking man's man, meaty meatball man. And, you know, hats off to Coach Killa for even agreeing to the fight.
Barely fucking did anything to him.
It looks like clubbing.
First shot, bit of a sad queef there. It wasn't really a slap, and it was a penalty for clubbing, because he kind of like came in there with like an Austin Powers judo chop on his neck. It wasn't exactly the most textbook form, and I'm pretty sure he hurt his own wrist. And you can see he was kind of like wincing in pain. So a bit of a rough start for Coach Killa, but the nerves have got to be overwhelming. Stepping in there with Wolverine, like it's got to be tough.
Oh, man. How does he get knocked out?
See the
When it
spit
comes to Wolverine, his technique is textbook. It is flawless. The sound of his slaps is like a stock sound effect for a slap that you hear in Looney Tunes. It is so loud and just so fucking vicious. Coach Killer was just blown away. The man's spirit was ripped out of his body. For a moment, he left the corporeal realm. His slaps are fucking crazy. And he has great defense because he has a massive beard, and that acts as like body armor for the face. Like I've said in pretty much every slap video, one thing you'll notice about the top athletes is they all have facial hair. And I think there's a reason for that, because it helps cushion the blows. 1, 2, 3.
Good, baby.
You see, he's already getting to where he's from.
Wolverine just eats his fucking slap like a bowl of cereal, just chewing on it like some spit tobacco, and puts it right in the spittoon. Brings him over and fucking blasts him again. Coach Killer, he didn't have an easy journey to get to the championship. He also went against a couple of really strong athletes in the slapping circuit. But there's nothing quite like Wolverine. Like, you couldn't train yourself to prepare for his slaps unless you drove your car into a brick wall twice a day, every day, for the entire week leading up to your fight with Wolverine. Maybe then you'd have a small taste of what the power of his slaps would feel like. 1, 2. There's nothing scarier than a man that speed runs slapping tournaments. Wolverine gets slapped, and before the man can even finish his slapping motion follow through, Wolverine's already signaling him to get his cheeks over here because he's ready to make a run. Like, goddamn. And it was a good slap from Coach Killer. Let's not take anything away from Coach Killer. That's a slap that would rock most ordinary men, but we're not dealing with a man here. I used to believe in God, but now all I believe in is Wolverine. Like, goddamn. So he brushes that off, and before Coach Killer can even compose his thoughts, is already being signaled over to get slapped. And of course, Wolverine, in traditional standard form, delivers an earth-rocking slap right to the left cheek of Coach Killer. A slap that most likely had some kind of shift in the tectonic plates as a result of the impact. It's just crazy. Wolverine's slaps sound so fucking powerful. That sounded like a gunshot. Like, it sounded like he was like Genos from One Punch Man, who, like, as his hand was traveling, like, morphed into some kind of cyborg apparatus and just fucking blew his cheeks off. Like, it's nuts. His power is nuts. 1, 2, 3. Again, another solid shot from Coach, right on the numbers, ringing the bell of Wolverine. At least it should have, if he had any amount of ability to feel pain. So he brushes another clean shot off of Coach and delivers another absolute lightning strike to the fucking face of Coach. And you can see him just grimacing, like his whole face has just been rearranged. It's like a polyjuice potion through slaps. And he's just really struggling, but he hasn't gone down. And I think that is extremely admirable. Most people probably would have already fainted by now, A, out of fear, and B, from just being knocked out. But Coach is standing strong. 1, 2, 3.
He's scoring those shots. He's not getting
Another great slap from Coach. Like, this man, he's putting up a fight. Wolverine damn near ragdolls him. Slapped him so hard he almost fucking stage dived like he was at some kind of 30 Seconds to Mars concert. Like, these slaps from Wolverine are absolutely nuts. Like, even Vasily Kamansky, who I am probably his biggest fan, even Vasily's slaps aren't like this. A lot of his silly slaps are kind of like down here at the wrist, so a bit of clubbing, but also really good technique. It's just because his hands are absolutely so huge, just like 15 of my hands stacked together. But Wolverine's slaps are so incredibly on point and slap-like. Like, I just can't think of a more beautiful slap. Like, the technique, wonderful. The sound is euphoric. It's incredible. He's delivering like ASMR of slaps.
Oh my God, it's just not fit him. Okay, here we go, round 8. 1, 2, Wolverine just takes it.
Not really, but.
And there you have it. Hyperextended his elbow. Another strategy pays off there. Looks like that might be the end of the match.
Now, it's not in vain, though. You can see on Wolverine's cheeks he's starting to bruise and cut a little bit because the slaps really are very strong from Coach. So strong, in fact, that I think he dislocated his elbow here on the iron cheeks of Wolverine. You can see when he hit, his elbow kind of wiggled a little bit, which is why he's like holding it so hard. So he definitely, caused a little damage there, I think, because he was going all in on Wolverine. And it didn't turn out to be nothing. It didn't amount to nothing because Wolverine is clearly damaged from it. You can see on his cheeks some of the impact.
1, 2.
Not too bad, I guess.
That was not
Oh, I didn't see his corner man there.
Pretty close to it.
Oh, that's the end of the match.
And a surprise to no one, Wolverine is the winner here, but what is a surprise is Coach didn't go down. Huge hats off to Coach for fucking standing tall there and not wavering. Fucking Wolverine over here, powered by cheeseburgers and tractors, delivering some absolutely nutty slams right there. And Coach took from both competitors here, but Wolverine is just on another level. A great fucking championship. Slap Fight Championship is delivering some high quality slaps right now, and I'm a huge fan. So if you want to see more slapping action, you can check them out on YouTube, Slap Fight Championship. We've watched a lot of their shit here because it's some good shit. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. So yeah. A few days ago, we watched Wolverine take home the light heavyweight championship slapping belt from the Slap Fight Championship series, but we didn't get to see how he got there, his journey to the top and earning that crown. We saw him win the championship, but we didn't see the round before that, so it's a little out of order, and we've been a bit spoiled on the anime. But today I want to show you round 1 here. Wolverine went through a man called Archaic Death. And when I say went through, I mean he fucking vaporized this guy with a slap. It was like he fucking deatomized him. It was like watching footage of a nuclear explosion localized entirely to a man's cheek. It was absolutely brutal. He speed ran the slapping tournament here.
It's Missouri, Arcade Cash! The Wolverine!
Wolverine was blessed with a beard to rival ZZ Top and hands that could destroy heaven itself if he ever felt like it. Wolverine is an actual force of nature if nature was fueled by Budweiser and pickup trucks.
A little bit of a backstory on these two competitors. They have met each other once before. About a decade ago, Wolverine defeated Archaic Death in an MMA fight. Now, these two have not seen each other since that night, but Archaic Death has been in contact with our social media platforms, and he has specifically requested this matchup for tonight.
A decision Archaic Death will soon regret. And by soon, I mean really soon, like a matter of 60 seconds. Archaic Death, I don't think knew what he was getting into. He bit off more than he could chew, 100%. Asking for a fight with Wolverine is like asking to be tied to train tracks and run over by a train 3 times. Again, this is another nickname I don't really understand in the professional slapping world. Archaic Death sounds like a randomly generated Xbox Live gamer tag.
Yeah,
I definitely think they should have a department dedicated to coming up with better nicknames, like some really cool shit, really badass nicknames like Minotaur, Sledgehammer, Iron Warbeard, Raw Pubis, System Overload, Fiber Optics, Stink Master, Colon Colonel. You know, like really good ones that'll make the crowd fucking pump their fist. Like that sounds like some manly shit. You know, Archaic Death, that's lame. But any of those, like that's really awesome.
Big shot by Wolverine.
Oh, he went down this time.
Yeah. Pretty close to being able to stream
Nicknames
live
are
on
meaningless now
TikTok.
because after that slap,
And we
Archaic
can
Death
play
forgot what his
blast
own name
music
was,
or
no
whatever.
doubt. That was only his first slap. His first slap coming in completely cold, probably jerked off 5 times in the bathroom getting warmed up, and Wolverine still comes out here, absolutely blasts the shit out of him. It's like I said in the last video, Wolverine's slaps are just so slap-like. You know, like when he slaps, you can hear it from miles away, and you'll know exactly what it was. Like there was probably a family driving down the interstate 50 miles down the road, and the father heard it through an open window. Was like, someone just got slapped. I heard it. What was that?
Mhm.
Big shot by Wolverine.
Knockout.
Just listen to it. I had to replay it again because just listen to it. Nothing sounds more like a slap. That is an indistinguishable noise. If there was construction work going on in that arena, you would still hear this slap over the sound of jackhammers and cinder blocks exploding.
Oh,
It is just so fucking incredible how perfect Wolverine's slaps are. I love that this guy in the red shirt comes in just to get a couple slaps in on his own. Look at me, look at me. Just to slap him one more time for no reason. I guess trying to like hype him up or something. And then he goes into like a little scat man with the duck-diddy-duck-diddy-t-t-t-ho or whatever the fuck that was. I feel like there's no way the subtitles here are accurate to what he's actually saying, but it doesn't matter anyway. I think this is his coach right here, and I don't know if he's just speaking in Mad Libs or something, or if the transcription is off, because he just comes out of nowhere saying, ham and beef, drop dance. Like, I don't think that's right. I feel like this was poorly translated through Google Translate. It doesn't seem accurate. I don't think the coach just came out of nowhere and just started screaming ham and beef, as if that means anything. It's not like a football play. You wouldn't hear Tom Brady go up and be like, ham and beef, drop dance, and like go back in the pocket or anything. Like, it doesn't make sense. I feel like there's no way this guy, unless he's not even like his coach and he just came out of nowhere, he's just like a ham and beef conspiracy theorist. I don't know. But I feel like something has gone awry here.
And Archaic Death's gonna step back to the bear.
Hebrew green shirt. I guess that about sums it up. We're ready for the continuation of round 1 now.
1, 2, 3. Big shot from Archaic Death. Wolverine just. Big shot from Archaic Death.
The way he just takes that shot, like that was him being a fucking meteor right there. He threw his arm like it was an asteroid barreling towards Earth. Archaic Death put a lot of mustard on it for sure. He put some real elbow grease and meat behind it. But Wolverine just shakes it off. So casually too. Like he's looking down like a shy anime protagonist and he takes it and he's like still like, that wasn't even enough to get me riled up. Not even worth me looking you in the eyes after that shot. Like that's gotta be so fucking scary. To step against a man who can just... So, that'd count for something. A brutal knockout is an understatement. That looks like something you'd only see on Live League. Probably the most slap I've ever seen delivered. Unironically say that. Even knowing Vasily Kamansky and his power, I think this is the hardest slap I've ever seen delivered. I have not seen a knockout that hard in all of slapping. To be honest, it was actually a pretty scary knockout because of the fucking tumble he took. He got absolutely slammed like a bag of potatoes onto the floor there. And he didn't come to for the rest of the video. For the rest of the match, he was just lying there while the paramedics were tending to him. They had his like legs lifted like something of the Kama Sutra. I actually thought they were gonna like drag him off like some Tom and Jerry shit, but they were lifting his legs up and like massaging him. I won't show that because it actually is just kind of scary. But and he's okay now. It was just such a fucking hard knockout that they couldn't really get him up and alert for the rest of that time. So one of the strongest shots I've ever seen delivered in slapping. And Wolverine, you know, he's also got a heart of gold. He immediately went over and felt remorse. He was like, man, I unleashed 5% of my power, and that was too much. I got carried away.
flavors without the dairy. Bake with they sell plant-based bricks.
This episode of Liquid Ladder was brought to you by Water Tank Plates.
Oh my god.
The other day we had planned to do some more dildo trick shots since it had been way too long since we got out there in the old crucible and tossed some dildos around, making some stunts out of it. But what ended up happening is we just started playing with dildos and did everything but trick shot. Like, we were closer to sticking the dildos up our assholes than we were actually doing trick shots. So the video is basically just us playing with dildos.
Are you ready for the whiteboard? Close. Definitely breaking the window. Oh, you hit it. That was a really good throw. Not really a trick shot. Try and hit it. Just stick to the window. Ready? Oh, Lord. That's too heavy to hit with the baseball bat. Downtown. That felt good leaving like that. It's hard to put it with it. Yep. Means exhausted. Expression athletes use.
Sticks to the window.
The rugby toss.
I just cut myself on the dildo!
Yeah.
Yeah, but I clapped on it and my nail cut me. You did it!
Here, throw that one.
I need a band-aid. Nobody's ever done it before. Holy shit! Alright, end the video. We're done. Alright, before it's pretty much our only successful trick shot, and probably the most impressive as well, I would say. Now, if you would like to get some dildos of your own, as well as just tons of other beautiful sex toys and other items that you can put inside of your holes, you can find so much and pretty much everything you can imagine on adamandeve.com. And you can use code DEFENSE to get 50% off one item and free shipping to the US and Canada with some exclusions. So what are you waiting for? You have holes that aren't stuffed? Change that right now. adamandeve.com using code DEFENSE, 50% off one item and free shipping to the US and Canada with some exclusions.
Oh my god.
What is this?
It's called a Moby Huge.
Even a bigger dildo.
Big penis in his hands. It's almost secure. Get away!
It's a sheep.
Yeah! Alright, let go. Wow!
It's like a wrecking ball.
Whoa! The whole filthy crap.
That's gonna ride it.
That's nice. That's cool.
Can you sit on it, Charlie? And we can swing you around? Like straddle it?
Like up here or not?
Like nuts to nuts. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Good. Yeah, give me a push.
Wait, wrap your legs around the front of it so you're not gonna try. There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Alright, ready? Ready. Oh, I hope this doesn't...
Right into the wall.
Yeah! Woo! I can't believe that's still holding. Who else wants to ride?
Man, get on there, big boy.
Woo! I already wrote it.
No one's too big for the Moby Huge swing, man.
Yeah. That looks good here.
It's
Oh, shit!
You're just dragging on the ground. Oh.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Matt thinks this is gonna work.
It's a good idea.
You wanna maybe move your cannon so it doesn't break it into a million pieces?
Oh, stand. Try to stand hard.
Holy shit! So we moved this to not break it.
And then Charlie just drops it on the floor.
It slipped out of my hand.
Charlie, you broke Matt's childhood toy.
What the fuck? Oh yeah! Go, go, go!
Did that land in his lap?
Yeah, I think I overshot him. That felt good.
Oh, that was close.
Isn't it, baby? Let's go, man! I gotta hype myself up. That's hard. Scary. Yeah, you got this. Here we go. Oh, that thing got broke.
Game face.
Turtle. Alright, hey, look at the one. Oh!
God. You got 1.5 million views on that.
Really?
God. Then sponsored by Adam and Eve.
This daring stunt was deemed impossible by us, the experts in dildo tossing.
Dildo tossing?
The dildo hit the board at it just kind of tumbled off. And the fear of carbon monoxide poisoning was really just starting to be overwhelming that we just decided that maybe it was time to give up on the trick.
It's gonna be looking long. It's not running off an OBS.
Yeah.
Plus it just on the OBS logo on your screen.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. I don't have all that stuff on the... So it's just...
Yeah, you gotta hit 1,000 subs to be able to do that with the phone anyway.
Yeah.
You can do it with the computer. With a computer, you gotta spend a bunch of money on
Genuinely
the
impressed that you guys got this.
cam. Costs a lot more than the phone itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just there now. Alright, what are we trying to get it over? This middle one? Right there.
Is there a chance that it really does break down?
I noticed it was lagging a lot even when it
70
wasn't
pounds.
live.
If 70 pounds can bring down this building, we have bigger problems. True.
Definitely not.
Wait, let's let Charlie try and toss it up there.
I'll make it look too easy.
Better. Speed ramp. This is the one.
Oh, whoa! Wow, yeah.
Alright, we got it. Now he's gotta lower it down.
Come on, buddy. I've trained in these works for years.
Oh, it's looking good.
Yeah, attaboy, Matt.
Yeah.
Nice. Step 1 is finished.
I still think the whole thing's gonna come down. Especially 70 pounds plus 120.
Oh, Matt's gonna break the building. Oh, Jesus.
So what's the trick here?
I think we're just gonna listen to the loud boom as it falls from the ceiling. We could put something underneath it and watch it get crushed if we want.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's secure.
You think you can lift it up?
Oh, yeah.
How did TikTok work when you opened it up on your phone?
Oh, I didn't do it yet. I was using the phone that you gave me. It's pretty good. Worked pretty good though, but I stopped using it because it was screwing up the settings or something.
No, it's usually wasn't updated probably.
Yeah.
It's
The
happening.
tablet surprisingly only has 20 and 21 update.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't have even a 720p.
Okay, you have to hold on very tightly.
Legit on your phone, it doesn't tell you what year it's updated. It just says, trust us, we're updated.
Yeah.
I've never seen that on a phone before.
Doesn't look right?
Yeah.
Where do you think? Here?
A lot of people were actually shocked to see that
It's
when
okay,
I
just
made
lift
that
it again if
video.
you need to.
Yeah, I didn't expect that my phone was going to be this crappy.
Don't get caught. Don't let's get caught in it.
But you could have gotten an A10 for even way cheaper too.
Yeah.
More than that. Like they got the A21 out right now. This is the A10.
That's the A10?
And it still records 1080p.
Because it landed on the tip and then it didn't land on the heavy part.
That was like $100 more, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I used my bank card online and then bought it that way, I guess. And I don't know. If I would have,
Well, they make them look.
if I would have kept paying for the iPhone that I was gonna get, it would have costed me another like $300.
At least Apple wouldn't have been that bad.
Yeah.
Like Apple's
A few days ago, we won.
does a decent job.
Yeah. I don't know. I can get another phone. Just it's gonna take me a while, or buy it like all at once, but pay for it all at once.
Throughout my time on the channel, I've seen few video topics requested more than the sex offender shuffle. It seems like you guys
This
really
is
want
the
me to talk
story
about this
behind
video,
it.
so let's do it.
Let's put some music on, I guess.
For those unfamiliar, the sex offender shuffle, or the SOS as I'll be calling it, is a rather old school viral YouTube video which is supposedly a leaked public service announcement video created by the Miami-Dade County Police Department in the 1980s. And what was the purpose of this public service announcement? Well, it was to warn the community of its newest batch of convicted sex offenders. in song and dance form. The story goes that each offender was legally compelled by the state of Florida to deliver a rap verse detailing their offenses. Yeah, it's a strange video, and this would be a rather humiliating punishment for those involved if it was real. And that's the thing. It's not real. I don't think I need to tell you guys that this is a parody.
Apologizing for what I've done. In case you were wondering what that was, I snuck into a bathroom and I...
The SOS is actually a rather intentional parody project created by writer and short filmmaker Scott Gardner. But just because we know this video is a parody doesn't mean there's no story to tell. Today I'm going to tell you all the backstory behind this video, I'm going to tell you the internet's reaction to it, and a bit about what happened to Scott after this video took off online. So if the SOS is a parody, what exactly is it a parody of? Well, allow me to explain.
And it was the Super Bowl shuffle.
In 1985, a song was recorded by members of the Chicago Bears football team, and that song was called the Super Bowl Shuffle, and it was extremely popular in America at the time. The song and eventual music video featured various members from the 1985 Bears team, each braggadociously declaring their strengths as players and claiming that the team would make it to that season's Super Bowl. The song became so popular that it actually charted on the Billboard Hot 100, and it very much became a pop culture sensation at this time. Turns out the players would be correct in their predictions, as not only did the Bears make it to Super Bowl 20, they won the game. The team decimated the New England Patriots, beating them 46-10, and for the first time, the Chicago Bears were Super Bowl champions. This series of events escalated the pop culture significance of the Super Bowl Shuffle to that of legendary status, as this tongue-in-cheek, silly song actually predicted the fate of the team winning the game. Throughout the 80s and 90s, the Super Bowl Shuffle was the subject of numerous parodies, many of which were created by other NFL teams. That being said, companies and late-night hosts also participated in the fad. In many ways, it was replicated to exhaustion. Eventually, the Super Bowl Shuffle parody fad would run its course and found itself falling into obscurity in the early 90s. However, this wouldn't be the last time a Super Bowl Shuffle parody would become relevant, as many years later, with the rise of the internet and online video media, this parody format would become resurrected in bizarre fashion and showcase to an entirely new generation. Hey everybody, my name is Scott, and I'm going to do a million impressions in 1 minute, starting now. Hey. On January 8th, 2006, a 21-year-old Los Angeles-based indie writer/filmmaker named Scott Gardner created his YouTube channel under the name Dangelopitcher&sebastian. For several years, he would upload skit-based shorts to this channel, many of which were well received. Gardner was responsible for one of YouTube's first viral videos, Pac-Man the Movie, uploaded May 6th of 2006. This video was essentially a mock movie trailer based off the Pac-Man franchise and served as Gardner's first big viral hit. The search for Gardner's second big viral YouTube hit takes us to more familiar territory in 2009. This is when he came up with the idea for the SOS. His idea for this video was to bring back the long-dead Super Bowl Shuffle format and parody it with the rather uncomfortable premise of the performers being convicted sex offenders. Using various personal connections, Gardner put together a cast to portray the motley crew of characters in his video. These characters were portrayed by Scott Gardner himself, his girlfriend, and a handful of friends he met through prior collaborations. It was decided that the setting would be a Miami-Dade County, Florida Police Department in the year 1988, and specific wardrobe and editing choices were made to match that 80s aesthetic. When asked by a Florida publication as to why he decided to make the setting in this Miami-Dade County Police Department, Scott responded with this: "No offense, but I wanted a place that sounded a little dull, or a little dull and funny. I like the way Miami-Dade sounded." The video was recorded in...
Oh. Oh my god, I clicked the X. Just swipe it away. There. Should run right now. This is the week one, sorry.
For almost a decade now, I've said multiple times how the worst content on YouTube comes from YouTube pranksters. There is nothing more deplorable, heinous, or dog shit than a YouTuber doing pranks. Watching a prank video is more painful than walking in on your significant other cheating on you. There's only two unforgivable sins in the Lord's eyes, and one of them is watching pranksters, and the second one is not liking anime. It's just so fucking gross. The shit is so bad. Like really fucking terrible. And the douchebags behind the prank channels are some of the most insufferable assholes the internet has to offer. The man who goatseed himself is probably a more likable content creator than the entirety of the YouTube pranksters combined. His asshole has more personality than all of the androids behind these garbage prank videos. It's truly abhorrent stuff. And you know what I'm talking about, the walking around in public and pissing on people's shoes and then saying it's just a prank, bro, so they can't get mad at me. And if they get mad, they're the bad guy. I'm the victim here. I told him it was a prank. I don't know why he's upset. I just spit in his face. That kind of douchebag. Or swapping grandma's medicine out with cannabis and gone sexual. The worst people on the internet are the ones that are pulling pranks. Now, of course, they're all fake, but not every child knows that. And today, I'm going to tell you the story about a kid named Timothy Welks. Timothy Welks was a 20-year-old kid in Tennessee who grew up watching YouTube pranksters and aspired to be one himself. But he was never in on the joke. He never believed Santa Claus was fake. He thought the pranks he was seeing was real. And he had a plan to become a YouTube sensation prankster. His plan was to charge a family with butcher knives wearing a mask, and when he pulled this prank off 2 days ago, he was fatally shot and killed. What's especially wild about this story is this kind of prank, the robbery prank, isn't some unknown, taboo, uncharted territory kind of thing. He wasn't like Christopher Columbus discovering a new type of prank. This man was doing a very common prank. The robbery prank is one of the most common ones these insufferable assholes on YouTube will do, where they stage a robbery as a prank. They'll charge people with weapons like a fucking chainsaw or sometimes unloaded weapons or blades and shit while they're dressed as like Scary Steve from Minecraft and be like, give me your wallet and all your condoms, shit like this, and like shake them down for it. And then they're like, it's just a prank, bro, you're not actually getting robbed. And like, oh, you jokesters, oh, you rapscallions. And that's the whole video. It's absolutely fucking terrible. But the people they prank are obviously in on it. It's all staged. Timothy Wilks and other people like him don't know that. So Timothy chose someone that wasn't in on it, and he charged them with butcher knives, says he was dressed up like he was from fucking Comic-Con, and he was shot and killed. And I don't know if this is real, but there is a source that was released by one of the publications that said it was the audio from the incident. And since this was filmed for a prank, there is clearly film of it that exists, but that hasn't been released. But I did see or hear audio, and his last words after the gunshots were, "It's just a prank, bro," as he was dying and crying. I don't know if that's real, but there is no doubt in my mind when this happened, he absolutely shouted, "It's just a prank, bro." And those were most likely some of his last words. That is some of the saddest shit. You couldn't write a more poetically pitiful conclusion. To have been misled by these awful people on the internet to such a degree that you end up giving your life for the sake of a fucking prank, what an awful, awful, awful way to go out. The person I feel the most bad for is, of course, the man that shot him. He was a guy that was just acting in self-defense. He saw two people, Timothy Wilks and his friend, both dressed up in masks, charging him with butcher knives, and he armed himself and shot. The dude's not like James Bond or Rambo. He wasn't going around hunting bad guys. He was getting charged by two people he didn't know with knives, so he armed himself and defended himself. And luckily he hasn't been charged with anything because he shouldn't be. It was clearly self-defense. Timothy Wilks and his group were 100% in the wrong here, and it takes a real fucking psychopath to pull a prank like this. Like, it takes someone extremely delusional to think that this is somehow an okay prank or anything like that. These fucking pranks are just, now, of course, in all the other ones, it's all fake and the people are clearly in on it, but in a case like this, Timothy Wilkes literally thought this was going to be a good prank. Like, he'd go up to these people, make them fear for their lives, and then at the end they'd all be laughing, slapping ass, and then grabbing themselves a little beer or something. I just don't understand how someone could be so incredibly delusional. It's baffling. It's absolutely shocking and disturbing that someone could actually think that charging strangers with a butcher knife and saying it's just a prank would make everything okay. It's fucking wild. Yeah, I wanted to just talk about this story a little bit because for years now I've mentioned how these insufferable asshole YouTubers that command their audience of 11-year-olds literally brainwash them into thinking horrible things are okay or normal, and that a lot of these kids don't recognize that the shit they do is fake, and that's bad and dangerous. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Timothy Wilkes isn't the only kid that believes the pranks he sees on YouTube are real. I'm sure there's others, but none of the other ones are crazy enough to try.
Oh my god. This.
What's going on, prank assassins? It's me, and you know I love a good prank. No one does pranks better than tiny wienered YouTubers. Today, instead of shitting on pranks, I wanted to actually show you my favorite new prank trend. I'm finally early to a YouTube internet trend, and this is better than being early to Bitcoin, like early to cryptocurrencies in 2012. This is huge. I'm early to a scare prank where the YouTuber pretends to commit suicide in a bathtub to scare their significant other. Nothing says wholesome, goofy prank quite like a bloody crime scene that makes it look like the person got mauled by a fucking bear. Am I right, YouTubers? That's classic comedy, making your significant other think you are dead in a bloody-ass bathtub. Obviously, it's all fake, but for the sake of fun, we're going to suspend our disbelief here and take it as if the significant other is not in on the prank, because it's a lot more fun that way. Let's dive in here.
I know it's kind of nasty, but I'm going for it. Alright. We are in there. This is nasty. Alright, guys, let's do this.
I just wanted to quickly critique the setup here of this crime scene. It just doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be suicide, and yet there's a whole bunch of bloody hand marks on the wall. It makes it seem like she got hit with a sledgehammer and then kind of crawled her way to the bathtub before spinning around in a circle, putting her arms out to the side like she was doing some helicopter shit or making a tornado, and then fell down. That's not really believable when it's supposed to be a suicide prank, so I think she could have gone without the blood on the walls. But also I can see the other side of the coin where boyfriend's not supposed to be a forensic expert. He's not Dexter coming in here about to analyze the blood splatter patterns. He's going to come in here, see this, and freak out. He's not going to start picking apart plot holes that transpire here. He's probably just going to be very upset.
What are you doing in there?
Yeah, right. His acting is terrible. Like he didn't know that
The
was.
poor guy's on crutches and now he sees his girlfriend in a bloody bathtub. Just can't catch a break this week. I also have to say, it's a bit odd that he just go in there and see this bloody mess and just say, oh my goodness, like really calm, like he just dropped the pickle on the floor and he's a little upset about it and a bit surprised that he dropped it. And this is definitely warrant maybe like a holy shit, you know, maybe even like a what the fuck, you know what I mean? That's kind of a disturbing scene. He handled it like a real champ, like a real monetized YouTuber champ, no cussing, just a very simple, my goodness, what have you done? This is, wow. And there it is, a happy ending. Just a prank at the end of the day, nothing to, you know, linger upset about. You know, you just pranked, baby. You got fucking annihilatedly epic prank trolls gamer style right there, my friend. And let's go ahead and check out some more of these. It's all kind of the same, where they go into a bathtub and make it all bloody and shit, but each one has different responses and different ways of approaching it, and I think that's what makes the prank so fantastic. Thus why it's my favorite current prank.
Acting so bad too. What happened, bro?
Another gruesome scene. I know it's hard to look at, but man, you have to wonder, why do his friends fucking hate him? They didn't care at all. One of them just talking to him like he's just upset, like he just ate the last cookie in the cookie jar. Sammy, what the fuck is this? Come on. And then telling him to chill out as he's dead. Hey, chill out, man. What is this, suicide? Calm down. Calm down, Sammy. You killed yourself, yeah, but calm down. His girlfriend seems to really be selling the performance, but his friends were... They're not the most trained of actors, but god damn it, there's clear passion put into the performance, and that I have a lot of respect for. I'll be honest, I stopped watching right there just because that made me giggle really hard. Just a cold open with a dead body on the floor, just a fucking corpse and blood. His girlfriend walks in, drops her phone, and then bang. Roll intro where you ask people to subscribe and then ring the bell. That's how you fucking do it. Nice little mellow music as well, right? When you think of a school prank, like an officially licensed, endorsed school prank from the school to the students, you think of some lame shit like, oh, your backpacks aren't allowed in the hallway today. Just kidding, you can keep them there. Oh, you're getting out of class 5 minutes early today. Just kidding, big prank. You're actually staying late. We're doubling homework and slashing all your tires. You think of trivial, dumb pranks, like, you know, the fellow kid shit, like, does anyone else Big Chungus signed the principal? Bad pranks. But, where there's one school a few years back that pulled the ultimate prank that makes every other prankster in the world look like fucking amateur limp dick losers in comparison. The prank was, for their pep rally, it was a high school, they invited a select group of students to the basketball court, they blindfolded them, and then they were made out with. The students were under the impression they were making out with another student in their class, but it turns out they were making out with their parents, their actual mommy and daddies. Shocking thing about this video isn't the incest, it's the fact that Tom Brady wasn't there making out with them. I thought for sure he'd take any opportunity to make out with them on camera. But now when I saw this initially, it was like a few years ago, and I thought for sure it was fake. You know, that wasn't actually their parents. It was just designed to be a shock viral video. And I didn't think anything of it until a couple hours ago. I was looking for douche tuber trends, and one of the pranks they're doing is kissing their parents. And the related video was the news report about this pep rally incident, and it turns out it's completely real. This school actually endorsed incest and had the parents make out with the students on the basketball court. Let's go ahead and play the news clip.
To be fair, this was supposed to be a joke. But when it went viral on YouTube, some people didn't find it the least bit funny.
As principal, I'm responsible
This
for everything
principal's
that happens in the
reaction.
school, so ultimately I'm the person who, you know, needs to answer.
Well, that's
Man can't even help but crack a smile during the interview. That is not the face of remorse. That is a man who is content with his giant evil plan of incest. He was the Dr. Frankenstein, and his monster was sin, pure incest sin. I can already see how this came about, you know. The pep rally planners came to the principal pitching their ideas. He's like, yeah, good shit, yeah, sounds great. But how about for a grand finale, we have some parents make out with their children on the basketball court, huh? Incest. That's a good joke. Now that's comedy. Now dropping the sarcasm, comedy comes in all shapes and sizes and all forms. I don't think incest is a great form of comedy. I think the best form of comedy is found in my Twitch streams at twitch.tv/moistcritical. You should all go follow right now. I'll be live when this video goes up. Fuck yeah, would love to see you there. You don't have to kiss your parents, but you can come kiss me.
Last Thursday, there was a pep assembly at Rosemont High School. Staff at the school planned a prank for the winter sports team captains. Each of them was blindfolded and kissed. The idea being the student thinking the loser was another student.
You're by the
Guess
minute.
who it was? But the joke was,
In the principal's face, like he had this all planned out too.
What does she mean the joke went awry? The joke went exactly as planned. The principal was jerking off in the bleachers. I mean, this is exactly how they drew it up. There was not a malfunction. There wasn't like a miscommunication. This is exactly what happened. The parents wanted to come make out with their kids. It's very disturbing how down the parents were to just make out with their kids. This didn't happen in Alabama, surprisingly. This was in Minnesota. But I really just don't get what the reporter's angle. She's like, yeah, it was supposed to be a joke. It went awry. What do you mean? What went wrong here? And the joke was always kids making out with their mom and dad. It's a horrible joke. It's not a joke. It's a crime. It's literally illegal. I'm surprised this combo line of incest didn't lead to summoning Lucifer, because this is such a huge amount of sin in a small area that it's goddamn unholy. But I don't understand why the news anchor is trying to make it so sympathetic, like, damn, they had such a clean, good joke in mind for their students, but unfortunately, something went wrong.
For all the people who are offended, they're genuinely offended, and I owe them an apology.
Why people were so put off possibly has a bit to do with context.
Nope. I think what most people were put off
Why
by
is
was
the news reporter trying to defend them?
context of the storyline here, but I'm no certified news anchor, so what do I know?
What some are upset about is what they saw in this 59-second YouTube clip, which according to Principal Wallersheim isn't 100% indicative of what happened in the assembly.
What you see on the internet, sometimes you see just portions of what's really happened.
Honestly, the principal makes a pretty good point here. We're only peeking in on the making out, the parents portion. I'm sure we already missed all of the other great pranks they had before this one at the pep rally, such as blindfolded anal with a stranger who turned out to be the cunnilingus blindfolded on a stranger who turned out to be their parents. I'm sure there was a lot of great pranks the principal pulled on the students that we just didn't get a chance to see, so we're only judging based on a small portion.
Lead you to think a certain way.
But he isn't making that an excuse, he says. His main point is to apologize. Plain and simple.
This is supposed to be a fun event, and it should leave everyone feeling pepped. And if it's leaving people not feeling good or embarrassed or hurt, then that's absolutely the opposite of what we're trying to do.
I don't know about you guys, but nothing gets me more pepped, hyped up, and ready for, fun, like making out with parents. Yeehaw, baby. Man, what a banger of a prank right there. You douche tubers have got your work cut out for you to reach this principal's level of expertise when it comes to pranks. That shit is gnarly. Wow. Yeah, that's it. So yeah.
YouTube prank kills a man.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. YouTube trends are getting so bad they're starting to kill people now. This story right here is one of the stupidest stories I've seen in quite a while. It's also incredibly sad and disturbing. So the short of it, this couple had a channel. I'm not going to say the name of the channel because I don't want people to go on there and harass them or anything like that. So it's a fresh channel that aimed to emulate what a lot of successful channels on YouTube are currently doing, which is fake shitty pranks. Actresses on the street after playing rock, paper, scissors and paying them a lot of money to make out with you on camera, pissing on people's shoes and making people angry but saying it's just a prank, so they're wrong for being angry. All of it's staged, but somehow the majority of people under the age of 13 think that the pranks are very entertaining and real, and I just think the whole situation of pranks on YouTube is perhaps the worst thing that ever happened to the platform. But I'm not here to rant about fake pranks and shit. These two, their prank that killed this man was he held up a book and she shot the book with a 50 caliber round. I don't know how the fuck this is even considered a prank. Who's being pranked? I guess the boyfriend because he died from it, so joke's on him. But by YouTube standards, no one would really consider this stunt a prank. They would consider it a stunt, an Evel Knievel type stunt, except dialed to 3,000, or maybe magic, an illusion like the catching bullet magic trick, except that takes planning and you don't actually just fucking execute someone with a gun. So, unsurprisingly, when the girlfriend shot the book, it went right through the book and just obliterated the man. He died, and it was right in front of their 3-year-old daughter. I don't know how the fuck they got their hands on a 50 caliber round. That's not exactly easy to acquire. That's not something you can just walk outside and pick off of a fucking bush. But somehow they acquired the tools necessary for this video idea that they thought was going to explode and go viral. but the only thing that exploded was the man's chest after the 50 caliber round went right through it. I don't know how stupid you have to be to think a book can stop a 50 caliber round and just get lodged on page 200 or something, depending on the thickness of the book. But you could have a fucking building in between you and a 50 caliber round, and there's still a good chance that bullet's gonna get right through you. A 50 caliber round is no joke whatsoever. You can't hold up Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets and expect to fucking block a 50 caliber round. It's not a vibranium shield like Captain America. It doesn't say what book they tried to use to stop the bullet, but anything shy of adamantium was doomed to fail. I imagine they probably used a phone book, and that's just not even close to thick enough. However, if they had used my overpriced college textbook on physiology, there's a really good chance that it may have actually stopped the 50 caliber round. This whole story really is extremely sad because now the daughter is traumatized, the girlfriend will never forget this, and she's definitely going to jail for it. And the whole situation could have been avoided if YouTubers had distorted what a prank was and had to keep one-upping themselves with kidnap prank gone wrong, almost killing my brother gone sexual, shit like that, and then it encourages stupid people to give it a try too, and then they do some dumb shit like this. Now, in a world of fake pranks on YouTube, I will commend these two for at least giving it the real deal. They used a real 50 caliber round, a real book, and this was a real gone wrong prank. Well, that's about it. I just wanted to share this story with you because it made me extremely sad and angry to read about it. So, yeah, that's it. See ya. Most YouTubers are absolutely shameless when it comes to getting views on the platform. They would golden shower their mothers while their father films for their vlog series if it meant a couple 100,000 views. But none are more shameless or just downright batshit insane than Prank Invasion. There's nothing more I can say about Prank Invasion that hasn't been said about your creepy uncle or the pedophile gym teacher you had growing up. This man is a downright fiend.
Kissing my actual sister.
Oh man, kissing his sister.
Yeah, that channel was removed like last year.
Cool guy that tongue fucks his sister
It's
with
not
no
his real
shame.
sister.
Just look how satisfied he is with himself. So this guy's real name is Chris, and he seems to like to fuck his sister, so
No,
I'm
it's an
guessing his
actress
last name
he
is
hired.
Lannister. And as you can see, nothing is off limits when it comes to
She probably didn't even know what the hell they were videoing.
Yeah, exactly.
But this
Probably
one
tricked her
has some
into
like
it.
proof that it's his real sister, kind of. I don't really care. It's weird
Yeah, no,
clickbait
she's
anyway to
proved
really
to be
bang
an
on the
actress.
incest community. There's a cardinal rule when it comes to incest porn. It's not incest porn if the sound's off, then it's just porn. And I think that's what Chris is kind of banking on.
5.9 million
The man's a fucking
views.
delusional madman. But what I want to really talk about
He
is
was
his behavior
milking
on
out
Twitter.
of
This
YouTube's
guy
Wild
is
West times.
absolutely fucking pathetic. So it all started a couple days ago at this tweet targeting Ethan, because Ethan's made a lot of videos about him insulting his shit. And I guess on this day something just snapped in him like the fucking Winter Soldier. And he called Ethan out to a boxing match, which was declined, so then he went to a chess match, which is quite a big jump from boxing to chess. Might as well have just challenged him to a great tea party. Not exactly the most stunning or brave of tweets or anything like this, but it got kind of big because Ethan responded to it, and then I saw it, so I went to his Twitter, and his fucking bio says professional fighter 8-0. I don't know if I believe this. I'm guessing he's beating his opponents by making out with them until they get too erect and ejaculate or just collapse from exhaustion. I don't know what his strategy is, because this doesn't seem like a fighter. This is definitely more of a lover. This man's like a fucking vampire of lips. This man needs them to survive. He's always sloppily kissing an actress he's paid. So I'm guessing he's transferred that strategy to the octagon. I don't know. I haven't checked out any of his fights on Pornhub yet. So I saw this and piqued my interest, and I kind of kept up with the Twitter drama, and it really was revealed how pathetic and sad this man is. A response from Chaos Silencer, you need to go to college to be smart, and then Chris responds, reread my statement. Your reply is a logical fail. I would know because I scored a 174 on the LSAT, which got me into Northwestern Law after graduating with top honors from UC Berkeley. BTW, the LSAT is an exam in logic. This shit is like straight off of a copy pasta. I wish he had continued. I was expecting another tweet like an hour later. Oh, and also I graduated top of astronaut camp with over a 5,000 parameter index interstellar point score, which has never been done. That blew Neil Armstrong's scores out of the water by over 4,000 points. I am quite literally out of this world. You are beneath me. I was expecting more from Chris if he was going to go on this copy pasta route. I wish he had committed a bit harder. When I saw this response, I couldn't help but retweet with comment, which isn't something I usually do. So I said, "You fucking idiots don't even realize he also graduated at the top of the Navy SEALs with over 500 confirmed cases. He's been out with his sister over 1,000 times. No, you know, not the biggest zinger I've ever had, no doubt, but I thought it was enough to at least get a response from Chris, which it didn't. Chris is obviously very careful with the fights he chooses, which is why he's 8-0 against the middle school marching band that he's brutalizing. So he didn't respond to me, but he did go on even further into his delusions. He made 2 tweets making it an open challenge to anyone in a chess tournament for $100,000, but no one cares about him, so no one responded to it. I think his attempt was to get more people talking about him, but it didn't work because nobody cares about Chris, except for Ethan to make a couple jokes because Chris is just a punching bag. And then when it seemed like he wasn't getting anything more out of the exchanges, he made this tweet, and this is why I think he's probably the saddest man on YouTube. You see that magic? This brand deal wanted to pay me $25,000, but they said my Twitter impressions were low compared to YouTube and Instagram. Boom! I engineered this and played you for fools. Daddy's got his check now. No, you don't, Chris. How does that make any sense to anyone that's not 5 years old? Man, we'd really like to give you $25,000 for nothing, but your Twitter impressions are low, and they're super low, Chris. You get like 9 likes a tweet. Better luck next time, Chris. Pump up those rookie numbers, pussy boy. How does that make any sense? What kind of brand goes to Chris offering $25,000, but his impressions were low, so they take it away? He didn't even do a brand deal. He didn't do anything. Why did they give him $25,000 if he didn't promote a brand? Are they just giving $25,000 to anyone that can get 500 retweets? That's fucking silly. It obviously didn't happen, Chris. No one believes that happened. And he goes on further into his ruse, his pathetic shell. He says, "Thanks, invaders. My brand deal confirmed a nice bonus due to these awesome Twitter stats, and I've never even promoted my Twitter from YouTube once." Then he shows the 2.5 million impressions. Chris, why the fuck would someone give you $25,000 if you didn't even promote their brand? That's not a brand deal, you goddamn Cro-Magnon fucking troglodyte idiot. That no one believes this, because it didn't happen. Plus at 2.5 million impressions, who is going to give you $25,000? That's low on the internet in this modern day standards. This didn't happen. You're just looking for any excuse for your lunacy, for your fucking senile actions over the day, but you were too proud to remove the tweets because you're a fucking idiot. This is the saddest shit I think I've seen from a pathetic YouTuber, and there's so many pathetic YouTubers, but this really took the cake because it's so blatantly obvious that he's just making this shit up as he's tearing up behind his keyboard. And what kind of fucking brand would even work with Chris? Someone peddling incest porn out of the back of a garbage truck? What kind of brand would want to work with a guy whose videos are making out with his sister for views? That didn't happen. You're not getting paid for shit. Maybe you're getting ad revenue from the video. I could believe that. But I don't think Gillette's coming to you for the best a man can get, fucking his sister. I don't think that's happening. And certainly not at $25,000 for starting Twitter drama. Just absolutely ridiculous. I wanted to just make something about this because this is the saddest shit I've seen from a YouTuber. And a lot of YouTubers do some pathetic sad shit, but this took the cake. I wanted to make this earlier, but I decided let's let it sit for a little bit and see if Chris has any more tricks up his sleeve, any more big brand deals in the making. But unfortunately, he has not delivered. I can't wait for Chris's next video where he butt fucks his sister for views. I'm looking forward to it, Chris. Keep up the great work, man. Keep grinding.
Keep up the good work, man. Crazy.
This is between you and me. Don't tell the FBI, but I'm about to do something illegal. I'm changing my mind. You see, 22 months ago I posted a video called The Worst YouTuber, and in this video I discussed a man named N&A Productions who I believed at the time was the worst YouTuber on the platform. At least when strictly speaking about content. I mean, there's people on this platform that make videos advocating for bleach enemas, so there's definitely worse people on the platform. But I meant strictly looking at it from a content perspective, I believed he was pumping out nothing but straight painful hemorrhoids for the viewer to look at. I no longer stand by that opinion. I'm going to share with you the story of N&A Productions, a story of shame, horror, tears, and redemption. Before getting into this, I feel I unfortunately need to remind people not to fucking harass people I make videos about. So please stop doing that shit. Let me start by sharing my video from 22 months ago when I first discovered and covered his channel. Now, he makes the same video every time. Every video is exactly the same, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration, like, oh, he pumps out the same type of content. He makes the exact same video every single time, just with one detail changed. He says the exact same things verbatim in every single video, regardless of what the video's title is. He does the exact same things. It's all so incredibly formulaic, and nothing changes from video to video, except the very end where he changes the scare. Now, this is very important because at the time when I made that video, Internet Productions had been copy and pasting the exact same videos over and over again. The man was just fucking copying his own homework and farming views off the YouTube Kids app. Now, when I say copy and pasting, it's not like he was actually just reusing clips. He would do all of this shit from scratch, but do it the exact same way. It was kind of impressive to not get bored doing that constantly, but also equally disgusting. Now, I'm happy to say 22 months later, he is still doing the exact same shit with no change whatsoever. It is so fucking incredible. What was once his Achilles heel has now become his saving grace. It is wrapped around from being the worst YouTuber to the strongest, most persistent YouTuber I've ever seen in my life. This man has been attacked by tons of YouTubers. He made a video doing this shit for Etika's death. Terrible, despicable, shameless garbage. And not even the backlash from that was enough to have him go back to the drawing board and reevaluate his formula. He kept doing the same thing, the same video every time. He's like a robot who's been programmed to only make one thing. And no matter how hard he tries, he cannot defy his destiny, his purpose, his creation. He's like a record player that's constantly skipping on the same beat, forced to do this perpetual song and dance without any variations because he can't. He is the Derek Zoolander of YouTubers. He only has one look, one piece of content that he's been milking the fuck out of for 3 years, but not even successfully milking it because there's nothing left. It has gone well beyond dry. It's been dead for fucking 3 years now, but he is still like trying to grandmother's ass, but all you're getting is these dusty fucking farts in your face. You know, you had this once plentiful source of calcium, but now all you're getting is this foul Methodist of what once was. It doesn't exactly work with the grandmother analogy, but you get the idea. It's fucking, the well has run dry. He is still using a fucking fidget spinner in his video. It's incredible. This man is the definition of insanity. So much so that I think even he's aware of it. He has Jared Leto's Joker tattoos on his body. Remember Jared Leto from the worst superhero movie ever, Suicide Squad? In the worst Joker of all time, he had the ha-ha-has on his body. Yeah, Internet Productions has those ha-ha-ha tattoos on him in reference to the Joker. It's crazy to me. He's the embodiment of chaos. Well, no, exact opposite. He's the embodiment of routine, but not a good routine. So, I'm getting carried away. Let's just dive in. Let's take a look at his channel right now. As you can see, it is remarkably similar to how it was 22 months ago when I first checked on it, which was incredibly similar to how it was a year before that. It is remarkable. He is still using the exact same thumbnails, the exact same formula, everything. Same titles, still doing 3 a.m. challenges for whatever trendy mobile game scare is going around the elementary schools. I just can't believe it. This is why I'm so impressed. Common sense would dictate at some point the human psyche can only handle so much of the exact same thing day after day. Because he does this almost 7 days a week. So he is constantly doing the exact same thing, constantly editing the exact same thing. I don't know how he can handle it.
If I see this fidget spinner on this mini mouse, alright, just on this mini mouse, for 5 seconds, you guys have to smash the like button. Dear guys, let's 3, 2, 1, let's do this. 1, 2.
And here's his most recent video 22 months later. Let's see if we can...
You got to smash this fidget spinner on one of these little jump balls. For 5 seconds, you guys have to smash the like button. Dear guys, let's do this. Come on. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move that guys have to smash the like button.
And his fake gift card giveaway. God.
It's just to promote his channel, right? Or stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. He's still doing.
He's like Robin Williams coming out of Jumanji, confused on what year it is. He's still using a fidget spinner into 2020. I thought that shit had gone extinct. I thought there was a recall and they got every fidget spinner in the world and threw it in the desert, like with Area 51 for the NES. It is incredible to me. He's like caught in a time vortex. It is, I mean this in sincerity, it is actually impressive to me And at no point throughout the last 3 years, he has decided to make even the smallest or most subtle of changes. And he is still doing the gift card giveaway scam, which is an actual felony. You can't pretend to give away shit without actually giving away shit. You can't do that. It's fucking silly that this is still going. At no point has he thought to himself, well, maybe this will be a problem sometime down the line. Which is even more impressive to me, and it only speaks to his strength even further, where he's like, fuck it. I've gotten this far, I'm gonna keep doing it the exact same way. She doesn't look that scary to me. I could probably FaceTime her at 3 a.m. without having like a sodden apocalypse in my trousers about it. It's been another day, another bang for 3 years now. This Groundhog Day has persisted for a long time, and the bangers, they keep genuinely just like the setting he's just constantly on.
Someone just want to hear with him. You will? What did I do, guys? I was just trying to make them talk with each other. Yo, alright, guys, this is it. I have no idea what to do right now, alright, guys? And I'm absolutely so scared right now. I think it's them. Oh my god, guys, I think they actually came here. Yo, I just locked my door, and they're just standing outside the door, alright, guys? Yo, I'm just gonna interview a back over here and get some help, alright, guys? So I should get a big enough.
I didn't feel it was necessary to play too much of the video here because, like I said, it is a carbon copy of every other video we made, including the ones I touched on 22 months ago. But I will say there is one difference here. He's doing even less. In the videos 22 months ago, he would have a friend and a couple other people hold up little popsicle sticks with the face of the scary person on it at the end of the video to show, like, hey, look, they actually came. Look, there he is on the popsicle stick or like the hockey stick. Here, he doesn't even bother. He just says, oh, they're right there, and I'm gonna go. So he's found out an even more effective formula. Now he doesn't have to, pay a casting crew to hold up the pieces of wood or whatever the fuck they were on. It was like little fucking party masks that he got at Party City that he would strap onto things. He didn't even have to do that this time around. So he somehow refined the formula to be even better. So I just wanted to talk about this because I was blown away to find out that it is exactly the same as it was 22 months ago, 3 years ago. It's crazy. I think that persistence is nothing shy of admirable and confusing. And that's about it. See ya.
Yeah, well, guys, I'm ending off the stream there. Hopefully you guys enjoy. It's Dangelopitcher, and
see you later.
Peace. And yes, I don't know. How do you end it? Just X.